Welcome to Gamesthetic, episode 130. I'm Alex Live, Spark 3. Hope you're having an incredible day. Whatever day you're watching, if you're watching live alongside of us, we appreciate you. Make sure to hit the subscribe button. Subscribers been going up recently. We appreciate you guys so much. If you watch after the fact, thank you. Drop a like, comment, everything of the sort. If you listen on one of the many audio platforms, thank you so much. We appreciate the shout of you. No Zach. We don't know if Zach's going to make it either. If he just randomly pops in like he has before, awesome. If he doesn't, well, we'll see him next week. But we do have John. John, how you doing?
I finally made the plunge.
Yeah,
I started buying controllers.
He made the jump, dude. Like we've been talking about it. Or it's just like he said before. I'm so close to just jumping in and just doing it.
I've been resisting doing it, but it's like the more I kind of look at them, I'm like, I want them. If I can get them, I might as well go ahead and get them.
Yeah, jumping into controller collecting, which we've said before, is a very expensive hobby.
Yeah, but then I hear Zach sit over there and talk about his like retro
$500
games and stuff
game
he buys. I'm like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's like it's fine. Yeah, Zach over here buying like $500 retro games and shit. But I mean, yeah, you got the Cyberpunk one, and then what was the other one? You got a Redfall controller.
Yeah. Some of the Redfall like design lab controllers that Zach showed us last week, I just really liked them.
Yeah.
So I went ahead and picked one of them up.
Yeah.
I'll probably bring it on and show it off when it comes in.
Yeah, first Design Lab controller for you, so looking forward to seeing the quality because I want a Design Lab controller too.
Yeah, I've never got one before. I was curious what the quality would end up being like. So
yeah,
figure if anything, it'll still look good on a shelf.
Yeah, exactly. Which, since it's Redfall, that might be where it belongs. We're going to chat about Redfall. Well, he's going to chat about Redfall here today. I haven't had a chance to play. I had a very busy work week, and I haven't had a chance to play it. And normally, full transparency, a little behind-the-scenes stuff. Before we start the show, we have a tendency to start talking about whatever we're going to talk about amongst each other. I specifically told John, do not tell me your thoughts yet. I want to hear this on stream because you will sway me if I'm going to try, because I've heard all the bad. And you're kind of leaning. The way you've put it tells me it's bad. So I want to hear your full thoughts on stream, and I'll decide if I'm gonna check it out. So looking forward to that. We do also have some stuff. Honestly, just a big Xbox show today. If we're gonna be fully, if I'm fully transparent here, gonna chat a little bit about just really the state of Xbox, the future of Xbox, like because this also involves an interview Phil Spencer did that everyone's talking about right now online, where he basically admitted a lot of faults and stuff. So we're gonna chat about a few things like that. It might be a shorter show today, no big deal. And then of course next week got Tears of the Kingdom. I'm taking a 3-day weekend for. I'm super excited to play it. Before we get into any of that though, make sure to go over to Rogue Energy, pick up some Rogue, drinking some delicious black cherry lemonade right now. It's incredible.
Got some great popsicle over here.
Great popsicle over there, also incredible. We recommend both. The Tiger's Blood is now shipped. I will hopefully try it by the time we do next episode, so I'm excited for that.
So I might have to get some of that from you next episode to give it a shot.
I got you. I'll give you a scoop. So I'm looking forward, because I know you were saying it will live and die by that coconut.
Yep.
And I'm here for it. I like the coconut, so I'm excited for Tiger's Blood. It's my kind of flavor. I'm ready for it. Use the referral link down below. Promo code SPARK2 to get 10% off. Also go over to Agent Inc. Pick up a jersey. We appreciate that extra support. Join the Discord. And I think that's pretty much the main thing. Song ended at the perfect time. That's what's up. So let's go to 2 cams. Before we really get into things, I did get my Zelda Switch this week. I got the box here behind me. So shout out to that. I do not.
You didn't even tell me that.
I
didn't even mention that you got that.
Yeah, I got the Switch. So shout out to that. I ordered mine a while ago. I didn't pick it up off the shelf. This was I managed to do a pre-order a while ago. So did get it. Shout out to that. I do not have it with me. The girlfriend is going to be using this one.
Those Joy-Cons are nice.
I know these Joy-Cons are very nice. She plays handheld. That's all she plays, and she always loves like decking out the Switch with cute shit and stuff. And I specifically told her you cannot put a case on there that covers anything. You have to get a clear case. So that's what she did. She got a clear case on it to protect it because you have to show the stuff off. I'm still using the Pokemon one because I still think the Pokemon one looks better in my opinion. I think these Joy-Cons are better, but the Switch itself is what's better. Yeah. The Switch itself is so cool.
No, the Joy-Cons went out on this one, but overall the Pokemon one is better.
I will say, so me and her can both enjoy the dock. This dock is in our living room, and I moved the Pokemon dock to my office, so that's pretty cool. But overall, it is pretty sick. I will. I want to shout something out though. I want to shout something out. I took a picture of it. I'll have to show you later because I don't think I'll be able to show it on stream. You know, it'll get too blurry. Fuck UPS with the way they delivered this fucking thing.
Oh yeah, they're horrible about delivery,
bro. Like this motherfucker probably spent more time squeezing a Target box into my mailbox than he could have just walked up and put it on my porch. Like, I saw it got delivered. I didn't see any cam notifications from SimpliSafe. I'm like, I'm assuming it's on the front porch. No, I'm driving down the road. I see a Target box sticking out that far from my mailbox, and I had to fight this thing to get it out. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's better than some deliveries I've had where it wasn't put in like a UPS box or anything like that, where it's just like, because that's how my when I got my Series S, it wasn't in any additional box. I just got home from work that day and there was a Series S box sitting in front of my door.
I hate that. That pisses me off too. Like, what the fuck? That's like, you're gonna get shit stolen that way, you know? All right, so let's see if I can show this on stream. So, like, you see that?
That's pretty good.
Like, they shoved that. I'm telling you, it was wedged in there. They spent more time, you know, putting it in there than they could have just simply walking over to my front porch, bro. Man.
It's like 15 steps, too.
I know, dude. I know. Hey, Leo, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. But yeah, that pissed me off because I'm telling you, I'm driving down the corner and I just see it sticking out of my mailbox from like around the corner. I'm like, are you shitting me right now? But anyway, another thing I did get this week is I got this super cool from U2's. I pre-ordered this months ago. Conquer from Conquer's Bad Fur Day. I finally got it in. I really like the way they presented the box to really help preserve the box. The figure's at my desk in my office, but I definitely wanted to put the box out here. You know, Conquer is such a dead IP. If anything comes out with Conquer, I have to grab it. I still, I shouldn't say it on stream. But yeah, anything Conquer, I have to grab. Anything Conquer, I have to grab, man. I absolutely love Conquer. Conquer is one of my favorite games of all time, so I was really glad to pick that up here recently. Then I also added something else to the shelf just for a little throwback. You know, because I noticed recently in my, you know, since I readjusted some camera angles that like more of my shelf gets picked up. So just for a little throwback, I included our first mic and our first mixer for a nice little trip down the memory lane.
So why those were out here?
Yes. Shout out to the OG mic. Shout out to the OG mic. Been through some times. But anyway, enough.
Oh yeah, did you find when I brought that stuff over here? Just left it.
Yeah.
I never asked, and I was like, I'll assume he'll find it.
Yeah. I'm still waiting for Zach to get his, and then I'm because I'm trying to get the other Roadcaster to also work with.
I didn't bring you the webcam.
Did you have a webcam? I don't remember that.
Yep.
Oh, that's fine.
Keep the webcam. I forgot it.
No, keep the webcam because you would need the webcam.
Yeah, I packed everything else up, and I was like, oh, this is still here.
Yeah, you would need that one. But anyway, all right, so let's get into it. So like I said, big Xbox show today. Redfall, state of Xbox in general, future of Xbox, Phil Spencer's comments. Let's get into it. Redfall. John, lay it on me. I'm dying to hear this. You've played about 6 hours. You actually dumped some time into this game. Let me know what you think.
All right, so this week I played Omega Strikers.
Okay, let's talk about Omega Strikers.
I was just going to mention it. There's not much more to say than what Zach said last week about, or was it last week that he was talking about? Yeah, it was, because that's when. Week. Yeah, not much more to say. It's back. It's a lot of fun still. Me and him played a lot of it this week. But yeah, played some Redfall.
I'm sorry.
I did see. I mean, hell, before I got home and downloaded it, I saw all of the kind of the headlines about it. I saw a lot of clips from it. One of my favorite ones is one that I didn't. It was one a buddy of mine sent me because as soon as I mentioned I was playing, or I'd started playing Redfall to him, he just sent me a screenshot. I don't know where he got it from, but it was just somebody who had like one of the sniper rifles, and you couldn't look through the scope because it didn't render through it. It was just like blacked out, and I lost it. I was laughing at that for a good few minutes. But yeah, so Redfall's got a lot of complaints about being an unfinished game, or kind of feeling unfinished, kind of dead.
Does it feel like super empty?
I don't know what the fuck this game was supposed to be. If I'm being completely honest. Because the premise of it it sounds pretty standard to like games we'd be used to at this point.
Right.
Town gets overrun by vampires. It's like you wake up and try to fight back against them and reclaim the town. Pretty standard. The gameplay loop is kind of like you wake up, you claim like your base, which is a firehouse, and then it's try to fight back again, gain information, rescue citizens, and then you can like unlock safe houses for fast travel points around town, basically. It's not great. I kind of went into it. I was like, I've heard it's bad. Maybe it'll be fun bad. It's not.
It's not a fun bad.
It's not fun bad.
Oh no.
It's just kind of bad.
If they at least would have nailed the fun bad level of gameplay, then I think it could have had a cult following.
Well, I think part of it of what makes it like not even fun bad is exploration. Like it's not a giant open world, but it is just an open area you can go to. There's like no reward really for exploring, at least from what I've seen so far. Like I look at it and I'm like, oh, water tower, climb up there. It's like, okay, well there's a couple snipers at the top of it. Nothing fantastic. It's like run around. I'm trying to explore. Like I've spent a little bit of time trying to explore around in different little areas, look for any little secret spots or anything. It's not worth it. Even if you find something, like find a weapon or anything there, it's not like a unique weapon or anything. It's just generic.
Right.
The enemy AI is just completely broken. Like it's like people have probably seen clips of like vampires coming after you. You know how you beat a vampire? Stand on the opposite side of a barrier. They cannot figure out how to get to you.
So when you say broken, you don't mean like strong as shit. You mean stupid.
No, it's dumb.
Broken.
It's just a broken AI.
Yeah. Busted and got
like
it. Non-working.
Like you can almost stand in the middle of the street while there's human enemies called cultists. You can almost stand in the middle of the street while there's about 15 of them shooting at you. You'll get hit once every couple seconds. It's like the AI is horrible. It doesn't work. And then, like I said, for an open world game, a lot of the fun in the open world games is the exploration, finding a cave or something off in the corner and getting some sort of like quest or unique thing there. There's none of that, at least that I've come across so far. It's like everything about it so far just seems generic, which is
like there's no soul into it almost, right?
Yeah, it's very like the open world is very bare bones, and yeah, like the gunplay, there's nothing special about it. It's passable, but it doesn't feel fantastic. It's not something that it's like, okay, well, we got a bad game, but at least we have good gunplay. It's like, well, we got decent gunplay in a bad game. It's like special enemies in the game. I don't even know how many I've encountered so far. 5 or 6 different like special type vampires that have different abilities or like different powers or something. Some just slightly different. Something that makes them slightly unique with more HP that you have to like just kill, but nothing has been crazy. It's like I might be playing on the hardest. I'm either playing on the hardest difficulty or the second hardest difficulty. I think I've died twice, and it's mostly from like aggroing everything in the area or like setting off an alarm and then just kind of running through it and just being like, well, let's see if I just charge in here if they can actually kill me, kind of thing.
Right. Testing. You're trying to test the difficulty.
Yeah. Or just being like jumping. It's like, yeah, there's like, because I did a mission where I had to go collect some supplies, and there's like eight or nine like human enemies on it. And I'm like, I'm just gonna jump in the middle of it and see what happens. And it's like, yeah, it's like, okay, yeah, they got me that time. But it's, I mean, as far as I can tell, there's no punishment for dying.
Steve also asked in chat, but is there player housing?
I mean, not really.
There's your answer.
I mean, it's you have like the firehouse, which is your main base. It's not really any customizing to it. It's like there's a couple little quests for like sprucing the place up, but that's kind of standard for these games where you have like a base or something where it's like, let's try to, like one of the quests is like, let's try to raise morale around here. Let's fix the popcorn machine. So you got to go find the part to repair it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I will say there are a ton of like outfits. I don't know why there's so many outfits.
Just like an aggressive amount.
Kind of, yeah. It's like there's a lot of outfits and stuff that you can unlock. So it's like you can put on you can unlock like full outfits, or you can kind of customize like the hat, shirt, pants, or whatever. I don't understand why. Like you don't really see your character because the game doesn't have cutscenes, or it doesn't have true cutscenes.
Hey, here's something Steve just said that I feel like you can chime into because I know you played this game. He said, so it's a crap version of The Division. Got it.
Oh, The Division is way better than this game.
Yeah. I know you're a big Division fan.
Yeah.
But is that like an accurate sort of like depiction of the game? Is like it tries to be like almost like a Division, but it's shit?
It's a similar kind of setup. Like Division is a lot larger scale and everything. This is kind of simplified down where it's kind of the same thing where it's like you run around town and it's like you're running from point to point, and what's in your way is like, okay, well, this gas station has 10 cultists that I have to kill, and down the street there's a vampire on the building that it's like, because like to kill the vampires, you have to take their health completely down, and then you have to stake them in the heart. And different weapons will have, by default, a stake that gets attached to the end of it. So like shotguns and assault rifles get stakes. So you have to weaken them down, and then they're kind of like in a stun position, and then you run up and stake them in the heart. If you don't do it, their health regenerates, but that's kind of whatever because they're not hard to kill at all. The only like special enemy that I had any trouble with was one of the first ones that I encountered, which was, I think it's called a siphoner, where they just start siphoning your life away. So you either have to just kill them or, well, I guess, get out of the range of it. But at the time that I encountered it, I was probably a little under-leveled for it, or just didn't have the firepower to take it out.
Yeah.
Now nothing is really a problem. And that's not really by way of like having that much better weapons. It's just like understanding the game kind of. It's like because very rarely will you ever get caught off guard by anything, because like the vampires, they're either like, a lot of them will be patrolling around like on a rooftop or something, or you see them like just kind of sitting there. I've seen some just like floating above buildings, or they'll just be like in the street. So it's like you always hear them before you get to them. So it's like you're never going to get caught off guard and get really swarmed by them.
Right.
And then like as far as character creation goes, you pick between one of 4 characters. The only difference being the 3 abilities that the characters get. So because there's one character that has like, I guess they have like an umbrella or something, that like a radioactive umbrella or something that they can use in combat. I think one of them is like a stealth type character. I don't remember what the other one is. The character I picked throws like a javelin that shoots electricity off of it, and then he's got like a teleporter, thing that he throws out, and then he can teleport to it. And then like his ultimate ability, you place down a giant like UV light, and it petrifies all the vampires that come close to it, which basically just like turns them to stone, and then you can just kill them real easy. But very rarely do I have cause to use that. It's mostly against like bosses or something, of which I feel like I've only really fought one. Like, and I feel like I'm like halfway through the game, maybe more than that, in like 6 hours. Because like
it's a short game.
The only one I feel like is a boss, I think, is called Roots, and I don't remember what quest I did that ended up unlocking him. But it's basically just an enemy that, like, as you kill more special enemies and complete objectives towards like taking down the main like top vampire guy, a little bar fills up, and when the bar fills up, this guy shows back up and like casts lightning down. I think he's called like Roots, the god of lightning or something like that. He's just fast and calls down lightning, but not too hard to kill.
Yeah.
So it's like you just kind of whenever the lightning starts coming down, you lose the ability to fast travel, and then it's like you have to kill him, or either have to kill him or die while he's summoned, and then it goes away, and then you can start fast traveling around again.
Couple things Steve said is I had a feeling it was going to be like Black Desert Online, amazing commercials, but just meh game in general. Then he also said if I want to kill undead things, I'll stick to Left 4 Dead.
Oh, that's the way better game.
Oh yeah.
yeah. No, this game, I've tried to have some fun with it, but
were you just playing by yourself?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know what any benefit to playing with multiple people would be. I don't know if it's because if anything, it'd probably be like a Borderlands thing where it scales up the amount of HP or something they have, which would just be a hindrance because nothing in the game so far is hard.
Right.
There is like they have a concept of a weapon that I did like the idea of, and it's fun to use. It's called a stake launcher.
Sounds cool.
Which is basically just
is it exactly what it is? Fire stakes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, it's like, and when you find ammunition for it, it's just like shit laying around could be the ammunition. Like I found a kitchen knife and it was like stake launcher ammo.
Oh, okay.
So it's like
that's pretty cool.
And it's like and it's like depending on which rarity or which type of one you have, it'll show you loading. Like when you reload it, it'll show you loading different things. And like I've had one where it shows me loading in wooden stakes. One shows me loading in rebar. It's basically just you shoot out a stake at them, and if you manage to, or if you basically kill the vampire with it, it acts as if you staked them, so that you don't actually have to run up and stake them. It was handy. It's like I was using one for a little while just so that I didn't, because I was one-shotting them with it. Right. So I was like, it's nice to not have to like deal with them, because more than anything, I mean, here's the thing. In a game like this where it's an open world game and you're kind of relying on people to run around and encounter things, the enemy shouldn't be a hindrance, and that's all they feel like. They don't feel like they're doing anything, really.
Now, Steve said something, but I haven't played this game. I haven't played Redfall, but just from what I know about it, Steve, I would say no. But I'm curious on what you would consider would be the best comparison for this. He said, wait a second, is it like a supernatural version of Far Cry? That's the vibe I'm getting. From what I know, I would say no, but I haven't played this yet.
Not necessarily. Like, I would say the Division sounded closer. Imagine like Division where you're running around and like, but the entire gameplay loop of this game is running from point to point and then finding an item or hitting a thing, or like hitting a button and then killing the named enemy at that location. But running around, it's like the enemies that are just kind of in the world of Division as you're running around the city. That's all you're fighting in Redfall. It's like it's just enemies that are at points that don't really pose any threats. There are weird things with the game too. Like it is shockingly easy to set off a chain explosion of cars. Like I had a revolver in my like I was ran up and I was going to fight like probably one of the largest group of enemies I'd seen, which is about 12. And I tried to shoot it's like a guy was crouched down on the other side of a car, and I tried to shoot him through the window, and all the cars blew up. And I don't understand that. I'm still confused on that. I don't understand why shooting a car window blew up a car.
Fair.
But yeah, I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like they try to set up a lot of environmental things. Like one of the things in Dead Island 2 that I did kind of praise was some of the environmental kill stuff that you can do with like water and electricity or gas and fire and stuff that's just kind of available in the world. They try to set some of that stuff up in Redfall where they'll have like puddles of gas and stuff on the ground and that, but fucking everything in that game is explosive. It's like almost anything that's like in the street, if you shoot it, it'll blow up in some way, whether it be blowing up into a fiery explosion or like you can shoot like a transformer and electricity will start coming off it or some shit like that. It's like it's like they wanted that to be an aspect of the game, but it doesn't matter because like the human enemies die in 1, maybe 2 shots, and the vampires take a few more shots, but they're not hard to kill. But yeah, so far it hasn't. It's been a game where I was, like I said, I wanted it to be fun bad. I was like, maybe it'll be fun bad. No, it's been tedious, kind of.
Just a chore to play.
Not necessarily a chore. It's like, because I wouldn't call it chore because it doesn't feel like you're having to play it or like that you're forcing yourself to. Because you can easily just run around and kind of pop in. Like, if you just want to run through a city at night and pop enemies in the head and not have to give a shit about anything, you can do that. Or it's like you can just run from point to point and have enemies spawn. It's like I was at one point where I don't know why, but it's like they're outside of a theater. There's a guy with a megaphone who just kind of like yells into it. I don't know why, but after like 4 seconds, he just keeps respawning. At least at the point that I went there for like a quest, he just kept respawning in. So like I was just standing there and I'd pop him in the head and then he'd pop back up. I'm like, what is happening right now? I was doing one of the main story quests earlier and I was like running around this house, like trying to find something in there.
Right.
I walk into a room and there's a vampire like floating there. They're not actually there. Their model just got stuck there.
Ooh.
So it's like I already killed the vampire, but the model of them was still hanging out in that room.
Right.
Like they weren't real.
Now let me ask you this. Is there any redeeming qualities to Redfall? Is there any positive that you can take away from this game? Long dramatic
You
pause.
don't have to pay for it if you have Game Pass.
Oh my. Wow.
Here's the biggest takeaway that I can have for this game. If this game didn't have a broken AI, if this game actually ran properly at like 60 frames and didn't have like, it wasn't filled with like bugs, if the world was actually populated with stuff and there were things to do besides just like collection objectives or like go here, kill this thing, go here, pick up this item and come back. If it wasn't all just that and the AI was fixed, this would be a mid-game.
A mid-game at best.
This would be a mid-game at best. There's nothing special about Redfall.
Man, that's so disappointing to hear because this is by the same team that did Deathloop, a Game of the Year nominee.
Well, that's the surprising thing. That's why people were excited for this game. But the thing is, it's like
they were given it the benefit of the doubt, even though it never really looked exciting, even from the go, from the jump. Didn't this close out a show? Like whenever it was revealed.
I don't remember if it closed out a show or not. This was a game that like we've mentioned like over the last year every now and then,
Yeah.
and every time it was mentioned, all I remember going is, what was Redfall again?
Yeah, true.
I could never remember.
True.
But yeah, it's like I said, it's unfortunate that at best, if this game came out in a solid working condition, that it would be a mid game.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. Especially since it's by Arcane, man. They've got a history. They've got a history of great games, but this is just one of their misses.
But yeah, I will say, as of right now, there is no way that I could recommend anyone playing this game.
Wow.
It's like, from the sound of it, it's like they want to keep working on it, at least to get it to 60 FPS. That may be the end. They may cut the cord there. But as far as the core game, there's nothing exciting there.
And I saw a lot of people kind of chatter online that like the devs are basically trying to take this to an extent of like Sea of Thieves and like try to make it have its redemption arc, and everyone's just like, it ain't gonna have a Sea of Thieves redemption arc. Just get it to 60 FPS as you fucking advertise it on the box and just call it a day.
It's like I would honestly, I would probably, like, if I was in charge, I would say get it to what we told them it was going to be, 60 FPS, and then just leave it.
Yeah.
We'll work on it. It's like we will move on and work on something else.
Wow.
But yeah, no,
that's so unfortunate.
But yeah, no, it's like
I didn't even see what was the Metacritic score on this. Let me pull it up.
Fucking,
I think it was like in the 60s, maybe.
Well, no, because in the interview, I think, or it may have, if it was
59 was the Metacritic score, 2.9 user score.
59's high.
59 is the Metascore.
59's
from the way you're talking about it, does sound kind of high.
59 is generous.
Wow. Oh man.
But yeah, no, it is. You know, I will say, you know what the unfortunate thing is? I have played Redfall the same amount that I played Hogwarts Legacy.
Oh, wow. Wow.
I was thinking about it earlier.
Shit.
I was thinking about it earlier when I was looking at my time put in. I'm so sad that I put as much time into this game as I did some other games. Granted, like Hogwarts Legacy and Forspoken and those, the open world games the game's
at least interesting.
Yeah, it's like at the time I wasn't having fun with open world games. I would probably have more fun going to them now or in 2 months or something like that.
Right.
Playing this game was more of just the way I phrased it to a couple of my buddies when they kept asking me why I was still playing it. I went, maybe it'll get better.
Maybe it'll get better.
I kept
maybe I was my beating my skull against the wall will pay off.
I was hoping that. Well, one of the unfortunate things about the game is they have like weapon rarities as well. Mm-hmm. And you know, sometimes when like in games when you get like rare weapons or something like that, like the gold weapons, you're like, maybe it'll have like some cool perk or something on it. No, all it is in this game, all it is so far, at least from what I've seen, is just the rarity of the weapon just gives you one additional like affix or something to it. So it's like it could be weapon stability or reload speed or something. It doesn't matter what the rarity is. It's like all the rarity does is it's like, okay, well this one, if I have a blue weapon versus a green weapon, I go, that one's gonna do more damage.
Yeah.
That's all it is so far. There's nothing special about it. The difference between me picking one weapon over the other is which one's higher level and which one is higher rarity. I haven't looked at any of them and gone, that I'm gonna use this one over this one. At best, it's been between like the snipers on there because I'm like, okay, the bolt action's got a higher, it's got a higher base damage on it. But if I pick the semi-auto, I can shoot it faster and I get more in the magazine.
Yeah.
So I'm like, maybe I'll use it's like bolt action I'll use to like one shot a vampire, and the others I'll use to one shot everything else on the map.
Yeah. Also, we have a good friend of ours stopping by here in the chat. I think this is the first time that she's made it to a live stream. Shout out to Allison. Allison is stopping by to say hello.
Hello.
She chimed in same with a laughing face emoji whenever you were talking about you just weren't feeling open world games for Hogwarts, because I know she dropped it as well.
Yep.
So Allison, welcome to the live stream. I think this is the first time you've stopped by for a live stream. I appreciate you for stopping by.
It's the Redfall one.
Yeah, it's the Redfall episode. That's so
probably the most negative I've been about a game.
Yeah, you haven't been this negative about a game in a little bit.
I mean, it's unfortunate. The other thing is, it's not surprising. I went into it with no expectations.
Right.
And then before I got to play it, I knew I had seen all of it come out during the day before I got home.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, let's see if it's as bad as they say.
Man, I give you props for putting the time that you put into it just so you could.
You know what the worst part? You know what the
show.
worst part is? I'm probably gonna beat this game.
See, that was gonna be my next question. If now that you've talked about it on the podcast, are you done playing it? That was my next question.
I might as well. It depends, because it is playing it up to the point that I did. It wasn't something where I said it was like a chore. But if I decide I want to beat the game, it's going to be a fucking chore.
So you're gonna put yourself to that chore. And
I might.
Just to say that you
I got nothing else going right now. I got
true.
no other games I'm playing.
That's true. Like I said, man, I'll have an extra copy of Tears of the Kingdom if you want to play it here in like a week and a half.
But nah, it's like I might play that, or I might uninstall it and then go play something else on my Xbox.
Something more entertaining, you know?
It's not hard.
Yeah, something more entertaining like MLB The Show that Allison's boyfriend is currently playing and obsessed with right now. Have you picked up the new one? I know you're a big fan of MLB The Show.
I haven't picked up the new one. I was thinking about it a couple days ago. Is the new one out?
I think so.
Is it on Game Pass?
I don't think it's on Game Pass, but I think it's out. Let's fact check this.
I don't know. I would 100% play it. I mean, hell, I've bought every new MLB game for the past 6 years.
Okay, so yeah, it is out like I thought. I don't think it's on Game Pass. Let me look.
The only reason I ask
It'll come to Game Pass.
The only reason I ask is because it was on, or when it finally came over to Xbox, they put it on Game Pass.
Look, it's on Game Pass.
All right, I will 100% download
that. That's your game. Go home and play this.
I'll play that. I'll probably play some more WWE. Yeah, because I've been those games are at least fun.
True.
Yeah. But yeah. No. The only reason that I was even thinking that I might like beat Redfall is because I'm already halfway there. It's like it's not from what like, you know how like on the like Xbox now has like the time to beat on there. It's like 11 hours. I'm already over halfway there. So
you're just like, might as well.
It's one of those where I'm like, I could probably just like sprint towards it, but also I don't know if I want to do that. It's not fun.
Then just don't. You have MLB The Show 23.
Yeah, I know.
It's on Game Pass.
I might. I'll download that for sure.
Steve says, I'm kind of interested in Hogwarts Legacy since I've been listening to audiobooks recently. I mean, Hogwarts Legacy, I mean, it's not a bad game. But
I mean, it's I don't want to get into this again.
You don't want me to throw you to the wolves again.
I got fucking lit up.
I torched you online with your comments. I threw you out there, mostly with the Hogwarts Legacy versus Forspoken comments, which you are right. I agree with you.
I almost said it, but I'm not going to say it again. No, Hogwarts Legacy, I mean, if you like generic open world games, but really like the like Harry Potter and Hogwarts setting, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
It
just felt like a chore to play. It did.
It's. I wouldn't call it like the special thing we were hoping it was gonna be, but it was enjoyable to a point.
Yeah. Actually, now that I think about it, we actually had one piece of news on it from the weekly wrap up. I'll go ahead and shout it out now. Hogwarts Legacy has sold over 15 million units, generating over $1 billion in sales.
And I will say again, it's the power of having an
it's
IP
the
that people care about.
Look, someone combat that I don't remember if it was the YouTube short or the TikTok. I don't remember which one, but someone combat that where it's just like, just continuing to trash Forspoken. Don't get me wrong. I know we acknowledge Forspoken is not a fantastic game. We acknowledge that.
Yeah, Forspoken at best is a 7 out of 10.
Like, we acknowledge that, but you cannot sit there and fucking tell me that the IP of Harry Potter did not carry that game to its sales. You can't tell me that it didn't.
The only reason that game was popular.
Like, look, I'm not saying Hogwarts Legacy is bad by any means. I'm not. It's a fine game. It's a fun game in its own right. But if that IP carried it in sales, I'm sorry, it did.
Yeah, no, I would say
$1 billion. Are you shitting me?
I would.
Come on.
Yeah, honestly, I would say like Forspoken at its best, if you were a fan of the game and enjoy the gameplay loop, could reach 7 out of 10.
Yeah.
It's like, I would say Hogwarts Legacy, if you enjoyed the gameplay loop and did not factor in the fact that it's Harry Potter, it would be like probably a 7.5, maybe an 8 out of 10, because the gameplay is more smooth and there's more variety in the open world, at least from what I saw. But the fact that it's the Harry Potter IP carried it for some people to like a 9.5.
Yeah, like, again, not a bad game, but like, dude, the sales for it, that was before we even had PS4 and Xbox One launch. Switch is still yet to launch, and WB CEO recently said that he thinks the Switch sales are going to push it even further, especially in Japan, which, okay, fair enough. Switch has, its huge presence in Japan. But like, come on.
Yeah.
That amount of sales in the time it's been...
There's a reason why,
and the IP didn't carry it.
There's a reason why people got excited when the IP was announced.
Exactly. So now Steve says, he's not getting the game then. He'll just wait for Diablo 4. Fair. Also, side tangent on that. Did you see the recent little Diablo 4 trailer that was put out?
No.
Bro. From the official Diablo 4 Twitter account, okay? Like, this is an official trailer that was put out. The most psychotic music choice possible. They had the fucking Space Jam song for this trailer. And it's just like, I had to double check. Like, is this the Diablo 4 Twitter? It is. This is the official account. Yeah. Why is Space Jam? Why is that the song for the trailer?
I don't see a problem.
Whatever, man. Allison says, I like it, but I just haven't picked it up in a month. Disney Dreamlight has my life. I figured it would. Have you picked that one back up recently? Because didn't you play it a while ago?
No, I played it when it launched. I enjoyed it for I don't know how long I played it, 5-6 hours or something like that. Yeah, no, I enjoyed that. It was one of those things where when that came out, I was playing several other games with co-op with people at the time,
right? And
it kind of got left by the wayside.
Okay, fair enough. I know my girlfriend, she still hops on it and enjoys it quite a bit every once in a while. But I can't get over that Space Jam thing. I'm trying to find the trailer right now, and I was going to send it to Steve if I can quickly find it, but I am not quickly finding. I'm gonna have to dig it up. But it's just what a choice. What a choice, dude. So still just talking about Xbox in general. So obviously Phil Spencer, he did an interview recently with I think it was called XCast podcast. And basically talked about Redfall and its failures, and him taking personal ownership of its failures and everything, and just kind of where Xbox is as a brand and just the failures that it's had and stuff, with a few exceptions like Hi-Fi Rush, for example, which is a critically acclaimed game right now and everything.
Yeah. But just as a quick note in there as well, because we've been talking about for a while that Xbox has to have where are Xbox exclusives?
Yeah.
Where are their big hitters in that? And for this year, we have Starfield, and then it was supposed to be Redfall. Those were supposed to be the two big hitters for the year for Microsoft, and one of them has flopped horribly.
I know.
And now we have, it's looking into Starfield, it's all of their eggs are in that basket now, or they're fucked.
Talk shit about Hogwarts?
Zach did make it.
Hey,
shout out that.
Hey, we weren't talking shit about it. We were just
turn him up.
pointing out that the IP carried that game.
That sounds like talking shit to me.
Zach, do you see my controller? I got the Cyberpunk controller.
Oh, is that what that is? I'm gonna be honest, that looks like Atomic Heart to me.
I can see that.
Just gonna be honest, that just looks Atomic Heart. If you hadn't told me Cyberpunk, I would have no clue.
Yeah, the Cyberpunk stuff on it is very kind of, or like the branding on it, it's in like the sides and kind of carved into it.
Okay, because if I was thinking Cyberpunk, I would think Edge Runners.
Yeah, and then I did order one of the Redfall controllers too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. No, but to your point, though, you know, Redfall was supposed to be one of the bigger titles coming out this year, mostly because of who's behind it, you know, who's leading it. Like we talked about Arcane Studios and for them to have like the miss that they did and stuff. So like once again, it further puts the general perspective in people's minds of just like Xbox is a failing brand, right? And I will say one thing that a lot of people are chiming for online when it comes to it is that a lot of people are chiming like Phil Spencer needs to go. And I'm like, that I disagree with, because you cannot like look at the profits that Xbox has and say he needs to go. Like I understand, like, you know, we've had a lot of misses and like a lot of delays and stuff, but I still believe that we are approaching a point where all these delays and everything that we've been building up for is finally about to pay off soon. But I will say this. If Starfield is a miss, oh, buddy.
That'll definitely hurt. I mean, the whole Phil Spencer thing, I agree with you. I don't feel like it's on Phil. I mean, yes, he's the head. He's our person to look at and whatnot. I was more in the tune of what a question that I saw that someone posted out was, with the failure of Redfall, does this hurt Game Pass in a sense? And I think...
I disagree that it does not hurt Game Pass at all.
Yes, I'm in agreement that it does hurt Game Pass, because I mean, this is supposed to be exclusive and whatnot. If these are exclusives all we're getting is like some titles here and there, which are very good. I mean, Game Pass is huge. It has tons of titles. We get stuff out of it, and most people can find a couple games in there that are interested in wanting them and whatnot. But as for like day one stuff, we're sort of lacking in that field of, it's sort of been going downhill a little bit for a year or so.
This might be more cynical, but I'm of the opinion that with Redfall's failure, it doesn't hurt Game Pass as a day one release, because if you look at Redfall anywhere else, if you look at it on anybody that bought it on Steam,
yeah,
they're fucking pissed right now.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
Oh, anyone who paid money for Redfall
like,
should be absolutely pissed.
Yeah, they should be livid.
Everybody on. But meanwhile, I'm over here having played it on Game Pass, and I'm like,
the only thing you lost was
the
your
only
time.
thing I could say about it was thank God for Game Pass, so I didn't have to pay for this piece of shit.
That's fair. I mean, and Game Pass is good for that, but...
And I do see the point of, it is unfortunate that from Microsoft, like the big first-party day one stuff that we're supposed to be getting, we're getting shafted on.
Yeah, and then just sort of, these are the AAA games they're pushing on Game Pass, and it's just like, it very much next AAA game, people going, oh, is it going to be another Redfall?
Yeah, exactly.
But at least, that's where I'm like, at least if it comes to Game Pass, I don't have to worry about it. Or it's like, I don't have to worry about spending the extra money besides what I'm already paying for Game Pass.
Yeah.
Because it's like, if games are going to come out and be day one on Xbox, I would rather pay like the $15, $20, whatever it is, dollars a month for Game Pass and use it every day anyway. And then when these games come out, at least test the waters with Game Pass.
Yeah, I feel you there.
Now, I am curious, and just like in terms of like the state of Xbox, future Xbox, are you guys like in the same boat that I'm in though, where it's like you're optimistic still, like all the delays and stuff that we've seen, it's all about to pay off, or like do you have worries when it comes to Xbox because of the constant misses? Like especially in your case, because I know you've stuck with the Xbox brand while me and John left at one point. So like, you know, you stuck through like the worst time in Xbox's life, you know, with Xbox One. So it's like, you know, how do you feel towards this? Like, are you optimistic where it's like you think things will be perfectly fine, Fable will be fine, Perfect Dark will be fine, all those will be perfectly fine, no worries? Or it's just like, we'll see?
So here's the fun part about this question, Alex. You think I stuck with Xbox just because I'm a fanboy? I just stuck with Xbox because I'm used to that UI.
I know it's not because you're a fanboy, but you've put the most time.
You're
in.
the only one here who stuck with it.
Yes, you're the only one here who stuck with it.
I'm gonna be honest. I give absolutely no fucks if any of these games are good or terrible. They could be absolutely awful. I'll probably still buy the next Xbox just because I'm used to the UI.
It's just what you're here for.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's what you're here for.
So I mean, in terms of am I worried about it? No. If they're good, great. If they're bad,
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I would like to be optimistic and think that these, like, the big hitters that we're waiting on are going to come out and be good as they come out. The problem is there's only a few select studios at this point that their releases recently are still unblemished, at least in recent times.
Yes.
Whereas, like, Arcane, everybody was like, it's fine, it's Arcane, and then we get Redfall.
yes. But you know what Xbox does have that no other console has? Omega Strikers.
Did you hear? Were you listening when he sent the Redfall to me?
Oh no.
He was like, "All right, Redfall, here we go, John. I haven't heard anything you've said. Let's hear your thoughts." I went, "Okay, so I played Omega Strikers."
Yes. Which, by the way, if you don't play with Redfall, we can try and hit gold.
Oh yeah, I'm done playing Redfall probably.
Even though you were just saying you might consider beating it.
Hey, opinions change quickly.
They clearly.
But yeah, TLDR, if you didn't hear Zach, Redfall, I do not recommend anyone play this game.
Okay, cool. Have fun.
Yeah, he can't recommend it to literally anyone.
Yeah. I will say, like on the Xbox thing, I don't know if you had it in there because I didn't read any of your script today.
That's fine. I barely made a script today,
So,
so that's
I don't know if you put it in there, but in regards to like the future of games and stuff coming out, I think there was a section in it where Phil Spencer said along the lines of he's not necessarily worried about Xbox, but in his opinion, focusing purely on making great games and making sure that first-party games are great games, he doesn't think that, or it was something along the, paraphrasing heavily here, but along the lines of he doesn't think that ensuring great games on first-party for Xbox is what's going to sell Xbox. Which I saw that and I heavily disagreed because he also, it's like this was after he had talked about losing the most important generation like Xbox One and PS4 heavily, and it's like, why do you think PS4 won that generation so hard? It wasn't because Xbox tried to go do its weird thing and be the entertainment, like
Device.
The center of entertainment for your household and everything.
You know, everyone.
It
had
wasn't
one, their
because
living
of
room
that.
thing.
It was because the entire time, like you guys in that generation where y'all kind of went and did your own weird thing there, Sony went and just made fucking great games on their consoles.
Yeah, great first parties. Yeah,
And it's like they built up their library of like great games that they can pull from, remaster, and do everything with. And it's like, okay, well, why do you think that's not going to sell consoles? If you make fucking banger games that are exclusive to Xbox, yeah, it doesn't matter if it's like they think that just because someone has a PlayStation 5, they won't buy an Xbox. It's like, no, you can have both consoles at the same time and be perfectly happy and just play the exclusives on it. But it's like the mindset there, I did not understand at all. It was it was like his mindset was, people have already bought a PS5, they won't buy an Xbox. It's like, no, people will buy an Xbox if you make good games for it.
Yeah, good.
Otherwise, they're not going to buy it, because if they can buy it on their PS5, which they already bought because they upgraded PS5 first because Sony did them so good last generation, then yeah, make good games. It's like the Series S may not stay around too long, but the Series S is also one of the best ways, like the best budget way to buy a console right now.
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
Current generation.
Like,
Yeah,
it
That's
is
so easy to get, cheap price point. Come
Yeah,
on.
it's cheap, it's easy. You can play anything on it. Basically, you might suffer a little bit of quality, but I mean a little
every
bit.
once in a while. Yeah,
It's like I haven't hardly noticed it on mine, but yeah, it's like just make. It's like he needs to do a 180 on that thought process. It's like make sure your games are good. It's like, yeah, you buying all these studios up, but so far it's not paying off for you.
Right. And that's also where a lot, guys, so much is riding on Starfield because, I mean, obviously when it comes to Bethesda, you have other huge IPs that are going to help carry Elder Scrolls and Fallout, the next ones whenever they come. But like Starfield being like their new huge IP, whatever. I don't remember the Bethesda, price point to buy Bethesda. Obviously, we know it was a lot of money. I just don't remember what it was. It's like, bro, so much is riding on this, especially because of just all the games that's come out. The few games that's come out and have sucked besides like Hi-Fi Rush, and then also just the amount of delays. Starfield delayed, Redfall was delayed. The Forza's been delayed, I believe. There's Everwild, which apparently there's no official report on this, but it got prime forward and it got fucking nuked because the original game didn't have combat for whatever reason. It just felt weird to play. I mean, just the list is going to keep going. Fable delayed, and apparently, again, no official report, but all the reports were that the game also got prime forward because they were trying to use the Forza engine and they shifted it over to Unreal Engine, which they should have done to begin with. It's just like, bro, it's just like L after L after L after L. If Starfield is even like, I'm telling you, if Starfield is not at least a 9 out of 10, it's going to be considered a failure.
Either way, I got my double prediction in on Starfield for this year, so I'm locked in either way.
And bro, if it ends up being a flop, I will happily repost that TikTok for you. And just include an extra clip at the end of you saying, "I told you."
Yeah, it's one of those where I could see it both ways. I could see it being the most basic like sci-fi game ever, and I can also see a world where it is game of the year contender, like potentially greatest game we've ever talked about.
See, here's the thing: we're talking about Starfield and whatnot, but all these exclusives, even Redfall, I haven't been hyped. The things I've been hyped for were like Wolong, Exo Primal, just the oddball games.
Not even first parties.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Zach says that I wasn't hyped for Redfall. Meanwhile, I was over here talking 6 months in advance about Birth and Roots of Pacha.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, in terms of like exclusive and whatnot, as we've already stated, Xbox just hasn't been having them. And I mean, honestly, they're not games I've been looking forward to. They come out, I'll be like, sure, I'll glance at them.
Yeah.
That's mostly been my thing is like, I suffer the problem of Game Pass. I fully admit it. Yeah. Games come out and I'm like, I was not excited about this game. It does not look good. It does not look what I'm excited to play. But it's on Game Pass, so I'm going to play it.
Also, a couple more just to shout out involving just the L's they've taken. Perfect Dark's in developmental hell, where it's had to restart because of directors. And then, of course, we've been following it since release, the fucking shit show that's been Halo Infinite. Yeah. So it's like, bro, L after L after L. So I don't know. The state of Xbox is really weird because it's like there's so much that you want to be excited for. Like as a whole, maybe not you two specifically, but it's like in general, there's so much that we want to be excited for. But at the same time, it's just like, okay, but where's the track record supporting that why we should be excited? Like it's to a point now where like I am legitimately unbelievably nervous about Starfield. Like before I was feeling okay about it, but now I'm just like, oh God, I'm kind of dreading this release because I feel like it's going to flop at this point.
Well, I'm not kind of in that boat because I look at it, I'm like Microsoft has really had two big hitters for the year, like I mentioned before. It was supposed to be Redfall and it's supposed to be Starfield. Redfall flopped. So it's like, okay, well, that poses a question. Where did they put all their attention? True. Starfield, because they've done nothing but fucking talk it up, and it takes up a third of any like game show or anything they've done has been dominated.
Cuphead 2.
Dominated.
Man.
It's one of those where it's like Redfall was supposed to be like one of their two pillars for the year, it seemed like.
Yeah.
It honestly, it probably got less press than Cuphead 2.
Well, yeah, the DLC,
Yeah, or the DLC and everything.
I mean, like, actually put time and give the studio that made Cuphead more money so they can make a Cuphead 2.
I mean, hell, it'll be a better investment, whatever the fuck they did with Redfall.
As a deal, because the Delicious Last Course was a great add-on for Cuphead.
Right.
Yeah. honestly, I thinking back on it, that probably actually did get more screen time than Redfall in all of their presentations. They did.
Yeah. Yeah, and then of course, Hi-Fi Rush was a fucking phenomenon.
That secret drop, yeah.
Yeah, the fucking shadow drop, banger, absolute banger. Also, a couple of comments to catch up on here. Going back a few minutes here, whenever you said your opinion changes quick, I don't know if you're going to finish Redfall. Steve said he'll finish it. He just didn't say when. 2027 is going to be Redfall's year. so count it down, baby. He also said just you wait until Borderlands 4 is an Xbox exclusive. And then the last thing he just threw out here.
To be fair, Borderlands has been okay at best since Borderlands, or it's like after Borderlands 2.
Yeah, that's what I've always heard.
Borderlands 2 was peak. Pre-sequel, it was okay.
Pre-sequel was okay.
And then 3 was sort of, we're not sure where it went.
Yeah.
I think There's Wonderland was like, it was a fun.
Did you ever actually play that?
Yeah, it's a fun, weird ride, but it's not great.
The last thing he said is Xbox started the downfall when COD went to PlayStation for pro tourneys. That's an interesting way to look at it.
I never followed COD, so I have no clue.
Yeah. But no, just the state of Xbox. It's like I said, it's in a really weird spot right now. And again, I cannot stress enough, people calling for Phil Spencer's head, that I do genuinely believe that's a bad move because the money's coming in. That's the thing. Regardless of some of these games have been flops, the money has continuously come in thanks to Game Pass and the deals.
It's going to every random group and going, hey, you want a 10-year deal?
Basically. Because honestly, at this point, Xbox to me is just, it's an ideal like multi-plat console at this point. I mean, that's where I buy all my multi-plat games. Because honestly, if I didn't, I wouldn't have a single game on my shelf because all the first-party games come to Game Pass. So I buy anything multi-plat, I pretty much buy on Xbox, unless whatever DualSense features on the PlayStation version just sounds so sick and I want to do it.
Yeah. I buy my PlayStation exclusives obviously on my PlayStation.
Yeah.
I buy at this point I probably play most of my multi-plat games on Xbox, and then all of my weird games and stuff, or like any game long-term games I play, are on PC.
There you go. That's a good breakdown.
And then I have a Switch.
It's just it just sets.
It's there for whenever I buy a Switch game.
The Once on a Blue Moon.
I buy games on the few platforms I feel like if I actually want to buy it. Otherwise, Naraka.
Sure.
Actually, that's slowly switching to Omega Strikers. So.
Yeah, we played a lot of Omega Strikers this week.
Yeah.
Hey, Steve, honestly, in terms of that, man, the only one that's like ever needs a friendly reminder of that is me. These two guys play a lot more PC, especially him. That's mostly all John plays is PC. He said, just remember one thing, gentlemen, there is always a master race that also has Game Pass. I'm telling you, man, that man over there is a PC gamer.
I was about to say, he thinks we don't have Game Pass on our PC.
Yeah, we all have Game Pass on our
PC. To be
PC.
fair, most of the time that I say I'm playing something on Game Pass, it's on PC.
Yeah, it's usually PC for him, yeah.
It's like,
I would say,
I have Game Pass games on my Xbox, but those are more like chill games that I'm playing. Most games that like, when I'm cycling through Game Pass games, it's on my PC for the most part.
I would say in terms of like John's play time, I would take a ballpark guess that like 80% of your gaming is PC.
Probably closer to 90.
Yeah, closer to 90. Like that's mostly what John does. Like I have a really nice like souped up gaming PC, barely play it. I use it all for editing and just general workflow stuff, but gaming I just don't do a lot on PC. And then, whenever you're doing Game Pass, it's always on console, right?
Yeah, if I'm on PC, I'm usually playing some random sim strategy game.
Yeah, but like even if that's the case, what he just said, he still does like 10 times more PC gaming than I do.
Yeah, I will say I've been on my consoles more recently, but that's mostly just been due to WWE.
Fair. That's fair.
My GM. A DLC pack came out just this past week for WWE.
Yeah, nice. Still got to pick that game up at some point.
The fucking
Season pass.
You bought the fucking big boy edition.
Because it was either that or Naraka Gold.
I'm still glad I'm still glad for the choice that you made. I truly am. Jesus. What have you been up to this week, man?
Omega Strikers.
All right, I figured.
Every evening it's just been like I would like either see him hop on or I'd already be on and he'd hop on.
Yeah.
Omega Strikers every night.
Having a blast?
Yeah, it's fun. Still fun.
That's what's up. I hopped on earlier to get updated, and I was going to link accounts so I could play it like on Switch and Xbox, whatever.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird how the account got linked. It was like, you pull up your profile, you generate a code for it, and you enter the code, whatever, on console. And obviously, you can only have one up at a time, whatever, no big deal. I entered it on the Switch, and like it pulls up my account and everything. It's like, all right, select the account, boom, selected. And then it prompted the enter a code again. But like, meanwhile, I can see in the background that's grayed out, I can see my profile. Like I can see like a character standing there ready to queue up. I see Alex Light 23, but it's still making me re-enter another code. I'm like, okay, that's
That brings up a good question, which I haven't actually looked. Mega Strikers doesn't have crossplay, does it?
Yeah, it does.
Does it?
Yep, crossplay and progression.
Yeah, I think it does.
Yep, fully crossplay and
Oh,
progression.
that explains some of the games now. Okay.
Yeah, we have some very competitive like long running games,
We go all 5 sets every single point.
and then it's like, and we'll have like one of those where it's like a long grueling set, or like long grueling overall match, and then the next one is just a dominant 3-0 by either side.
I'll let Zach take this one away. Zach, what is a Mega Strikers? Steve wants to know.
Okay. All right. So think air hockey, but now also think with different characters with abilities and goals and other bullshit. And now it's extreme air hockey,
Yeah.
where you're now using a bunch of weird characters who can blast stuff, summon blobos, throw tofu at people to block this puck to get into your goal. And more or less, it's a 3v3 best 3 out of 5 set. You hit on barriers, open a goal, you get that puck in that damn goal. And all the meanwhile, while you're not hitting the puck, you beat the shit out of the other team and knock them off the map.
Yeah.
There you go. That's it.
Simple terms, it's like air hockey with heroes like from like Overwatch or League or something.
Yeah.
Basically. And it's got like almost like just like a general like anime aesthetic, at least.
And if you want an actual more
it's got
serious,
anime opening. It's got an anime opening.
serious thing, go to last week's episode where I actually talk about it.
Yeah. He says,
Yeah, because I think at the beginning of this episode, I was like, when I started mentioning Omega Strikers, I was like, honestly, Zach mentioned it last week for the most part.
yeah. Steve says, whoa, 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 whoa. You had me at air hockey and tofu.
Yes.
It's also free to play, Steve. So there you go. It's on mobile. It's on Xbox. It's on PC. I mean, you're good, bro. I mean, pick it up. Free to play.
It's free to play, but I cannot remember. Did we pay money to get into the beta?
I don't think so. Because I mean,
No.
I obviously play with you guys, and I don't think
No,
I paid anything.
we didn't. But
Okay.
we may have paid for a battle pass in the beta.
Okay, I was trying to figure out because like there's like the Trailblazer and stuff like that, which are titles for like from the beta. And went, did I pay money to get into the beta? I can't remember.
I have a couple beta titles, but then like you have titles that I don't have.
He
I
also
don't know
played
where
a
the
lot
fuck
more.
you got them from.
Yeah.
That's why I think I put money into it, but I don't know.
I don't know. I know I have.
This is
now.
my life, Steve. Is I will put money into shit and then I just forget about it.
I know I've put money into it now because I bought the new battle pass.
Steve said, dude, I'm becoming a mobile player slowly, and it's making my soul die. I turn my PC on maybe twice a month.
Hey, you can play Omega Strikers on mobile. You're good.
Play it on mobile, Bubba. You got it.
Attaboy, just don't become like me and be the trashy idle game mobile game player.
Hey, they got the new Genshin Impact. The Honka Star Rails is out.
Oh, is that okay? So that is out?
Yeah, no, it
okay.
came out the beginning of this month.
Okay, I've seen an aggressive amount of promotion, but I wasn't sure if it actually came out.
Yeah, no,
or
it's
not.
actually out now.
Have you tried it?
No.
Okay.
I have it
I've
downloaded.
seen zero promotion for it.
Bro,
Probably just not showing up in my idle. In
Okay.
my,
Probably
in my
not.
mobile
Dude,
games.
I'm all over Twitter. I mean, I get sponsored posts like every other few posts.
Now,
Like,
if only
You know, it makes
release
sense
their
that
other
you would have
games.
seen it and I wouldn't have. No.
exactly, I'm on Twitter. So there you go.
Now, if they only release their other games, Endless Zen Zero.
One day,
They keep having events for it, and people are like, "Where's the game?"
basically, one day. But yeah, no, Steve, I feel you on the PC thing because I barely play PC game. Unfortunately, the only game that I play regularly is Snap. I haven't actually picked up Snap in about a week just because I've legitimately been so busy with work, dude, with that walk that I had.
I've fallen off Snap.
I wouldn't say I've fallen off. I
About time,
still
boys.
follow it all the time. Like, you know, all the updates and everything. And
I just
still
know Kitty
watch-
Pride was broken as shit.
Yeah, I mean, I still watch like different content creators and decks they build and stuff. Like, I still follow content, but I just haven't played it in about a week.
I don't know. I played that game aggressively for about 30 days.
Yeah.
and then stopped.
I mean, Zach, you've been playing it since like God forever. I mean, did you get into alpha or beta? Is what you got into?
Yes.
I think it was just
Yes.
I just think it was a close thing because I don't think it was like a beta or alpha. It was like it was the full release game. They were just doing for some weird reason. For some reason, the West it was invite only, but they were opening up servers in other countries
Right.
that were just free to sign up and start playing. So it was just a weird close thing.
Steve says Nebula is the best one drop, hands down. Yeah, that's right. The Guardians of the Galaxy Season Pass did start. I need to pick
And
that
I've
up.
seen that Nebula's broken.
Yeah, I got to pick up that pass so I can get Nebula and get everything.
All I know, I haven't been keeping up, but I still get stuff. And whenever there's a broken card, I knew Kitty Pryde was broken, Hitmonkey was meta, and probably still meta, and then Nebula is apparently taking over the meta.
I actually really didn't like Hitmonkey. I tried like a couple different decks like that I personally built. I tried a couple decks that are considered like the meta decks, and I just never liked it. Like I did the combo and everything, and I'm just like, I mean, like, I will say one thing I did like about it is that we had like a new, premier, like, focus card launch. It didn't completely break the fucking game. It just kind of fit into the mold, at least in my opinion. I feel like every other like new feature card we've had come out will just like break the game almost.
Easy.
Where it's just like apparently Nebula right now, obviously Zabu at one point, where it's just like changes the entire game. Hitmonkey, he just kind of fit in there fine. I didn't feel like he was busted at all. I feel like he was just okay. Hitmonkey Sarah Control was bad. I played that. I did the thing. And I don't know. I didn't think it was that great. But then again, I guess it's also because everything else that came out before it was busted as fuck.
Yeah.
Like meanwhile, Hitmonkey was just okay. Yeah, this is fine. this works. So I don't know. I need to hop on there and get the Guardians of the Galaxy pass and play with Nebula and see what kind of decks come up with. Best one drop though, so shout out to that. So I know you just kind of popped in here late, but like all we really had on the slate obviously was Redfall and Xbox in general. You got anything you want to chat about? If not, I'd say we can probably hit the weekly wrap up.
So Omega Strikers. Someone finally hit Omega the other day. So
nice.
someone's
Oh,
actually.
did they?
Yeah, someone hit Omega yesterday.
Nice.
Okay. Because I didn't log in.
That's the top rank in the ranked boards.
Yeah.
I didn't log in yesterday. I played Redfall last night.
Yeah.
And the day before I think they were still mid challenger.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, probably by now at least there's probably at least 4 people in Omega, but as of last night, someone had finally hit Omega.
Nice. Shout out to that.
Fuck that.
Yeah.
Those got to be some sweaty ass games.
Yeah. If I play Genshin Impact, I feel like I'm one step away from having a Foxtail plug inserted in me and saying ooh woo all the time.
Well, that's offensive. There's not even that many furry characters in Genshin Impact. Actually, I don't know if there is any furry characters in Genshin Impact.
I don't know. Don't look at me. Fuck you. I have no clue.
Ooh, that's oddly defensive.
Fuck off, John.
I wasn't even going there with that one.
I gotta check my bases here. Okay, I gotta check my bases every time something like that gets brought up. Go fuck yourself.
What's the new one called?
Honkai Star Rail, I believe. Honkai Star Rail.
I may look into it.
Fuck it, I got it on my phone.
Man, buddy of mine, like hadn't played games with him in a couple days, and out of nowhere, started playing Destiny 2. I was like, what happened?
Are you talking about Peter?
Yeah, I was like, what happened, man?
Yeah, no, I was watching it last night because I saw it was on, and like he was switching games every hour.
Yeah,
And then he finally hit Destiny 2. What the fuck?
yeah, because I saw yesterday. I think he added like the Destiny 2 like complete edition with like I guess all the DLC and stuff to his wish list. And I saw that and I went, what? And then he started playing. I was like, what happened, man? I thought you're supposed to be like the roguelike deck building guy.
Are you a Genshin whale? No, I don't think you play Genshin that much, do you? If at all.
I played it when it first launched on PlayStation, and so I played it for like a month or two.
Zach has the potential to be a whale, but he doesn't whale out most of the time.
See, here's the thing about me doing whaling. I never go full whale, but I have natural luck apparently because I'll roll 5 stars after like 2 rolls. And then I'm set. I was like, fuck it. I don't got to put more money into this. Because like I did whale in like Fate Grand Order mobile game. And like half the time I would have to do maybe 2 10 rolls and I got whatever event character was and I was set.
Oh, Steve, that question was directed at me. Bro, no, I haven't played Genshin like since it came out. Now, Steve, you should know this based on how we've chatted about Marvel Snap. Yes, I will 100% be a whale. I will 100% spend money. But no, Genshin is something I have not played since it literally came out.
Yeah,
I will struggle my way through like a good poor boy.
So whale, lucky whale.
Poor boy. Good poor boy.
I will earn my rolls, and I will have the worst luck known to anyone who plays a game.
Jeez.
Zach, you can roll over there 20 times and get your 5 stars. I'll don't mind me. I'll slowly earn mine and be 500 in.
Oh man, I give you the props, dude. Listen, if a credit card makes my life easier, then I'll do it, bro. I'm with you. Bro, I'm with you. Trust me, I am with you, my friend. If it makes my life easier, I'm fucking hitting it. I'm hitting the buttons, you know. And especially now, you know, my phone is just set up to just do a quick finger scan and it's bought. It's all it takes, man.
Nope.
Just, you know, click confirm, click buy, finger scan, boom, purchased.
Yeah, see, I set that up but I set it up for like actually buying other stuff. I don't ever do that for like games.
Yeah, I definitely have it set for games, man. I'm ready to go. My Google Plays are ready to rumble.
I don't think I've put money into a mobile game or like a game like that in a long time.
Marvel Snap for me. Every pass that comes out, I'll buy it. Every single one, I will buy it.
I don't count like a battle pass. Like I'll buy a battle pass.
I mean,
if it's a game that
I
I'm
would
playing.
still even buy like, you know, gold in the game. I would even done that. Right now, I'm struggling to get Darkhawk. I'm thinking that 10K tokens for $100 in Snap. Oh, now you said like Zach.
Let me tell you about Naraka Gold.
Now you sound like Zach.
$80. You can get a shit ton of Naraka Gold.
Jesus Christ. I just had Darkhawk pop up recently, but I didn't pin it. I do want Darkhawk though, but I haven't made that journey yet to try to get him. The last journey I actively went on was just freaking Galactus. Honestly, I've let so many cards go through my token, my shop, and not pinning it. So.
See, I'm pretty sure in my shop there's still a venomized White Queen sitting there.
I did just see, you know, because they just upgraded the shop where it's like a feature card, a card you can pin, and a skin that you can pin. I just had another Arrow card pop up, another skin for Arrow that was super sick, but I already have like 4, so I didn't.
See,
pin
the
it.
only Arrow skin that I sort of want is the Old Man Arrow.
Okay, yeah. I think I've seen that one. I have like I said, I have like 4 of them, and they're all pretty sick. But I don't remember the one that was in the shop earlier. I had to pull it up, but it did look pretty good. But I don't need anything except him. Yeah, just Darkhawk. Fair enough. But yeah, I haven't actually tried to grind anything for quite a while. Galactus was the last one. I still have fun with Galactus, honestly. You know, I do. Like, you know, the way that I have my Galactus deck built is like it's very very difficult for the other person to piss me off. Like when I'm playing Galactus, like, you know, I'm talking about the situations where normal Galactus players like get Cosmo'd or, you know, get rocks thrown around thanks to debris. Like if that happens, all right, yeah, good play. I got a backup plan. Like, you know, so that's the fun that I've had with my Galactus deck is like it's very rare situations of where I flat out get cucked, where it's like, oh fuck you. If my Galactus play gets cucked, all right, yeah, we got something else we can cook up. It's all good. We'll figure something out.
You play a Galactus and throw Absorbing Man on another base.
Oh man, that would be fucking hysterical. I want to do that now.
You have to do a booster though, so to be able to do that. So
yeah, oh, that would be hysterical, bro. You throw Galactus down, he gets cucked because of whatever, you know. But then you have Absorb Man in your hand, play him on another empty base. Galactus, oh my god, that is incredible. I love that. That would be like, you know, even just taking up the deck slot for that though would just be like a ultimate example of just in case.
Yeah, no, it very much is.
Just in case. That's hysterical.
And it's the move that no one's fucking expecting.
I kind of want to do that now, just to see if how shocked they would be. There was one play that with Galactus I saw someone recently, and I saw him put up on Twitter that the opponent did to him, where it's just like, I did not see this coming. It can't be done now because of nerfs, but it was a Shuri play where they set up the full game where it's like, Wong, Mystique,
I've
Shuri.
seen that, yeah.
And then turn 6, play Galactus, and he gets beefy as fuck and wins the play. So that was that's hilarious. But yeah, you got anything else, or are we ready to hit the weekly wrap up? What are you guys thinking? What are you guys feeling?
No, I got nothing.
All right, let's hit the weekly wrap up. Let's get out of here. So the first thing in the weekly wrap up is we did have a Tears of the Kingdom Treehouse announced for the 11th, obviously that Thursday at 9:45 p.m. Eastern time. So pretty late there in the day, 8:45 for us, to celebrate the game launching early wherever you're going to be picking it up at. Next thing, and speaking of a showcase, we did get the official date and confirmation for the Xbox Games Showcase and Starfield Direct set for June 11th on that Sunday. I'm glad it's on Sunday so I can kick back and watch it. I'll be off so I can kick back and watch it and actually enjoy it and not try to just watch it on my phone, dancing around, at work, whatever, like I'm going to have to for Summer Game Fest. In terms of some Xbox news, and these involving some accessories, I did get a new limited edition summer controller announced with Xbox and OPI, which is a nail polish brand. That controller, me and John were talking about before we even started recording, that controller did actually look really good.
It looks really nice.
I really liked it. Zach, did you see it?
What?
That summer controller, it's like the light orange one.
No.
It looks really sick. You should look it up. It looks really good. The Xbox Seagate expansion drives are getting a permanent price drop, so shout out to the fact that we had another drive just announced recently to actually create competition for this, because there's been no competition on the market. So the 512 gigabytes now at 89, 1 terabyte at 149, 2 terabyte at 279. And the last thing that I really liked, and I might pre-order one, is Hyperkin has officially licensed Xbox 360 replica controllers that will work on your series, work on your Xbox One and PC for Windows 10 and 11. They're not wireless though, kind of a bummer in that regard. But you got the black, the white, red, and pink complete exact replicas, $50, not bad. I kind of want one just because I personally always liked the 360 controller, always just fit really nice in your hand.
Yeah, I saw those.
So I kind of want to pick one up. That's pretty sick. Superman game was teased by the WB CEO. So at this point, this is happening. I mean, obviously, we saw a rumor about this a year ago. It recently came up in the whole court stuff, and now the CEO's just like, yeah, we've, because of our ownership of the IP and stuff, we can put it in so many different forms of media, including video games. So I mean, we it's been talked about, those couple times. It's happening.
Hate that.
Yeah, it's happening. It's going to be a thing. Next thing is Marvel's Spider-Man Remastered is now a standalone purchase on the PlayStation Store. I put PS Plus, but PlayStation Store. Previously, it was only available via the Miles Morales Launch Edition. One downside for me personally, it's not like it's a big deal or anything, is that this is digital only. It's no physical release. I would have liked to buy it physically. It's just because I like physical games. But at least a standalone purchase now for anyone that didn't want to buy the Launch Edition.
The physical edition of Spider-Man?
Yeah, for PS4. And then I have Miles Morales on PS5. But I would have liked to have a PS5 Spider-Man physical edition. Why not? Yeah. Even though I already own the remaster thanks to Miles Morales. I like my physical copies. All right, piss off.
I used to get made fun of for buying the same game over and over again.
Look, I just told you earlier I'm going to have 3 copies of Tears of the Kingdom.
I know. I was going to bring
Wait,
that
how
up.
did it become 3?
So yeah, this is why I wanted to bring it up again.
So one for the lady,
Yeah.
the collector's edition.
Yeah.
And I had to buy another copy so I can play it day one because my collector's edition won't be here until like the 17th. So I want, that. So yes, I have 3 copies. I'm going to have 3 here in the house.
And I get shit on because I just buy 1 copy of retro games.
Yeah, your 1 copy of retro games costs more than everything he just said.
Yeah, but it's 1 copy.
Man, there are those handful of games in my life that I have bought numerous times, and now Tears of the Kingdom's already jumping up the list. Another one is 3 Houses. Honestly, I bought that game so many times, but just because I would buy it for people. Like I just hey, this game's great, you should play it. I just buy it for this person, this person, this person. I have a lot of games that I've bought numerous times. Tears
And
of
you
Kingdom.
disappointed a bunch of people when the new Fire Emblem came out and it wasn't the same.
That one I did not buy for a bunch of people. Or you mean Engage? Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Either way, I still didn't buy that one for a lot of people.
Yeah, but the problem is you could be the one blamed for it since you introduced them to it and forced it on them.
I know. My bad, guys. Anyway, never played Spider-Man. Heard it was great. It's one of my favorite games of all time.
It's a very good game.
Top 5 for me. I absolutely love that game.
100% getting replayed this year. Before.
Oh yeah.
It's like I will 100% be replaying that one probably soonish.
Yeah, same here. Because I know my girlfriend. She really wants to play Miles Morales, just because she likes Miles Morales more than Peter Parker. So when I'm going to replay these, I'm going to replay the first game, and she's going to watch me to get the story, and then I'm going to let her play Miles Morales. It's only like a 10-hour game anyway. And then I'll jump into Spider-Man 2 whenever that comes out. But yeah, Marvel Spider-Man is unfreaking believable. Great game.
Yeah. You gonna sit down and make her watch you do the 100% playthrough though?
Nope, not gonna do that.
That would be a dick move.
Not gonna do that.
Here, watch me do these time trials.
Yeah, watch how entertaining these are. So next thing we have here is Sony has shut down Pixel Opus. That is the creators of Concrete Genie. So I saw so many people so upset about this. I don't blame them. I never played Concrete Genie. I heard it was an absolute gem of 2019. But a lot of people, you guys don't know what this is, do you?
Yeah.
Okay. Apparently, I've known about the game since it's come out because, like I said, this game has a massive cult following. Like, it is considered just a hidden gem.
I don't even know what game we're talking about. I wasn't listening.
Concrete Genie.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna look this up because I have no fucking clue what this is.
But yeah, this did kind of come out of nowhere because some people were pointing out that just recently they were hiring for their next big project. So this did just kind of come out of nowhere. Next thing to shout out here, if you have not seen this news yet, just want to definitely bring this to people's attention. Discord users will need to change their username soon. They are getting rid of the number sign to make each account unique in that regard. I don't know when this rollout begins. I think it's starting soon. So just kind of pay attention to that because you may have to change your username. I would be willing to bet money that my primary account I'm gonna have to change my username for. Since it's just Xeno, whatever. There's probably someone else higher on the totem pole from me it's going to get Xeno before I ever get it. You guys will probably be fine, both of you.
Well, yeah.
I would assume you guys will be fine.
There's still going to be the difference between the account name and the displayed name.
Yeah.
Okay. Biomutant's coming to Switch. Shout out to that.
Woo!
Shout out to that. I feel like it's kind of late to the game, though.
The Biomutant
happening.
Supporter.
Yeah.
I still enjoyed it. I think you enjoyed it the most out of all of us.
I really enjoyed that game. That was just the type of game I wanted at the time it came out.
It worked perfectly for you at the time.
I was the target audience for that game.
Yes, you were. Apparently, Assassin's Creed Mirage is reportedly coming in August, according to a GameStop employee that he found the information for it in the system.
This August?
Yeah, this August. I don't believe that.
What?
Yeah, I don't believe that. I don't think it's coming this August. I also saw a lot of reports that apparently Mirage is going to be the kickoff game for Assassin's Creed Infinity, and I'm just I don't believe that either. I think that is so far off.
Why not? Let's do it.
I just don't fucking believe it at this point. Anything with Ubisoft and their bullshit.
Yeah, bring it on.
Yeah. And then last piece of news that I wish was not a piece of news. Halo Season 2 has wrapped on its filming. So
all right. More shots of the Chief without his helmet.
More shots of Chief fucking. That
was a thing, wasn't it?
It was a thing. Yeah, he stripped.
How did this show not get canceled?
See, that's what I'm wondering.
Who the fuck watched this?
Everyone who liked Halo then realized.
No, we watched 2 episodes of it and stopped watching.
Yes,
and everyone who
kept watching.
And everyone who liked it who never played Halo.
It was the people that didn't play Halo that watched it that were like, oh, people talk about this. I've heard it before. Let's watch it.
I've heard of Halo.
Fucking stupid, dude.
Whereas on the other hand, for Netflix series, Oda with the One Piece live action came out saying, "Yeah, no, this shit's not coming out till I'm satisfied."
I did see that. Yeah, so which I saw that. I'm just okay, so maybe it wasn't. Maybe it's all the reports at the early screenings were bad. That was what I got out of it. That's how I read that report. Oh.
And I've read it as Oda taking charge. You realize he fucked up and gave them too much leverage.
Yeah. So that'll come out when it comes out. But anyway, it's it for the weekly wrap up. You guys got anything else news wise you want to shout out?
I got nothing.
I got nothing.
Did we talk about the Switch version of Midnight Suns last week?
We did
Or
not.
This week?
No, what's there? What was there? What's happening? Well, I missed.
Well,
this.
it's not happening.
Oh, did they
Oof.
cancel it?
I saw an article about it.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me.
Big rip.
I did
Yeah.
not see that got canceled. Rip to that. Rip
Still
to,
great game.
Yeah, it is.
I never saw if Storm came out. Everyone else
Yeah,
came out.
it did.
Did Storm did
Yeah,
come out?
yeah, Storm. She came out. I saw the videos for it here recently.
Ooh, I need to go back then because there's 4 fun characters.
Yeah, because it's what Deadpool, Venom, Mobius, and Storm.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, Storm came out. So, rip to the Switch version though. You have that news that the Switch version got canceled, but then meanwhile you have the WWE CEO coming over here. It's like, yeah, I think the sales for Hogwarts Legacy is going to increase when the Switch version comes out. I'm like, but is it coming out? Is it coming out?
Then you have Biomutant skirting in.
Bob Mute's just like, all right, guys, I'm here too. I mean, I'm glad it's getting like another release or another chance for a huge, obviously a huge player base, to try it. Obviously not everyone's gonna try it, but I'm glad it's getting another chance of life. That's great. That's awesome.
It'll probably do better on the Switch than it
I
did
could
on,
see that.
than it did
I feel like
anywhere
it-
else.
I feel like it would too. Yeah, I feel like we're gonna see some not like blow out of the water sales numbers, but I feel like we're gonna see some like, oh, okay, hey, good job. That's some good numbers. I feel like that's what we're gonna see when it comes to Switch. I didn't see a release date for it, but it's happening. So shout out that. But yeah, I got nothing else. So I figure we will hit the music and get out of here.
Like, comment, subscribe, rate, whatever your platform allows. It does help. And watching this on YouTube, thank you very much. And see you next week, hopefully.
All right, do everything he said and more. And if you made it to the end of the episode with us, thank you very much. And if you want to check us out live, we do these every Saturday about 6 p.m. Central Time, somewhere around there.
Close enough.
But yeah.
And then, of course, make sure to check out our website, sparky3.com. You can sign up for free for $5 a month. We'd appreciate that extra support. Check out some Rogue Energy, Black Cherry Lemonade, the Great Popsicle, got the new Tiger's Blood. Looking forward to trying that one. It is shipped, should be at my house this week. So next week, when I'm chatting about Tears of the Kingdom, hopefully going to be drinking some Tiger's Blood. Really excited for that. Buy an Agent Ink jersey. We'd appreciate that support. Absolutely. Join the Discord, follow the socials, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for everyone that's been subscribing here recently. You guys are awesome. Until next time, guys, have a good one. See ya.